set up Shady. Bump it on through. Down we go. Express. Stay back. Hell, ball playing with their competition a little bit. Jules! Whoa! That was insane! Last season, both of them had experience on the international stage. And there it is. Showcasing from Corsos. We might have a series. You see me. I can do with CJF who's taking the ball. Oh my god! What a game! And this is Wolfie, and although we may not be able to hear ourselves, the main thing is that we're into Avant again. Oh, hello. We're into Avant, taking on Noizees and Toxic. Let's talk about concerns here. Let's really be harsh.
I'm so angry that you're right.
No. I bet everyone is. Avant, okay. Let's start with Avant Gaming, right? Because that was not a good series for them. And for Conspiracy Esports, we need to tighten up Rocket League OCE Championship. We need to... Thank you for clearing that up. We need... Yeah, it was really tilted. Okay. Go. We need to tighten up Rocket League OCE Championship because we need to look at our top teams and who are going to represent us. And if it means we look a little bit more critically at Avant Gaming and how they can be a better team, then I'm fine with that, obviously. Yep. So let's...
Yummy, where are you?
Let's look at where the openings lie in Avant Gaming. And how a team like Noizees and Toxic can exploit the current weaknesses of what we saw last series.
Look, I think what happened was or the main problem that Avant Gaming is facing is how they finish off the goal-scoring plays that they make. Just because they get the backboard, they get it on the backboard, get it nice, get it flowing, and then when it comes to actually scoring it, they just backboard it again. And then the press is lost, they all run out of boost, they all run back, and then they leave it just for their opponent to clear it fine. And because of that, they just can't finish off the goals that they need.
So is it overcommitting a little bit in there as well?
No, I think it's undercommitting. I think their third touches just don't come out. Like, as you said, like they'll get the first two, but they never get the third.
Yeah.
Like, the goals are coming from, like, Elusive or Sirix mainly doing solo plays, because they do the backboard shots and never convert.
Exactly. But one of the points that we really need to talk about, especially for this matchup, is the fact that Elusive's out. Elusive has now been subbed in by Requiem. And stemming from that, like, their playstyle is going to change a bit. It's going to kind of alter up how they play, and hopefully for the better. I mean, really hopefully for the better, because they're supposed to be sitting at that third or fourth spot.
Well, Requiem's aggressive, right?
Yeah.
We have seen him play in League play before, and he's an aggressive player. So hopefully it gives them what they need to get goals. Because they're getting shots, but they need conversion.
The dream. The dream.
Would you consider that a requiem for a dream?
Oh my god, this is like season 2, week 1 career in me. Just like dropping. I had a week where I just did like one series where I just did all Lord of the Rings parts. Like, it was so bad. Why? How am I still employed? I still ask myself the same question every single day up here. On the side of Noizees and Toxic, and I do like to bring it back eventually.
Yep.
They are, I think, like, they still play like 3 individual players. It's not a team. Like, they have yet to pick up a win here. I think if Avant Gaming want to pull themselves back in to the best of their ability, they need to win this. Like, this is crucial for them. If Avant Gaming lose this series, I'm pretty sure I can comfortably say they're probably out. Like, that's probably it.
Yeah.
That's the dream over in Avant Gaming. On Twitter, I saw Drippe lit a candle for Avant Gaming. I think, you know,
savage.
Like, no, he did. Drippe lit a candle for Avant. It's not savage. It's what his Twitter says. Like, go look at his Twitter.
Oh, buddy.
I retweeted it. If we go into this series with, like, you know, clear minds, right? Do Noizees and Toxic stand a chance against Avant Gaming? Clear minds.
Clear minds?
Yeah, and throw a fat prediction on top.
Okay. I'm going to say that it's going to be really close, just because of the way that Avant's been playing recently. If Avant was playing like the old Avant, you know, where they'd constantly make it to land, they'd be playing really well, I'd be like, no, you know, they got it in the bag, this will be fine, like a 3-0, 3-1. But I'm going to go the opposite way with it. I think that Avant can still do it. I think that they can still beat Noizee and Toxic just because of Noizee not being able to gel properly. So I'm going to give it to Avant, probably in a 3-2. I'm going to say it's going to be close.
Jeez. Bad.
Yeah.
Have you thought? Have you had time
I'm still backing Avant. Like, I have so much faith. Don't let me down, buddy. Requiem, you got to do it. You got to lead them to the promised lands of land.
But can they at this point in time? I'm seriously concerned. Like, taking all, like all jokes aside, I'm very concerned for Avant Gaming at the moment. I think that Noizees and Toxic, yes, play like 3 unique players, but I will be backing Noizees and Toxic here because I just don't think Avant Gaming have brought their A game into the league play. I think it is a really big concern. And I think Noizees and Toxic, they've got 2 series here today. This one can create the upset. The next one, even more so, but we'll get to that. Noizee and Toxic have the opportunity here today, and whether they can do it, I mean, I think Wolfie going for a 3-2, that in itself is a concern.
Yeah, look, I never wanted to say it, but just because of the way
you did.
Well, I did, because, looking at how they played last game, the last series that they played, it wasn't how they're supposed to be playing, or in my mind at least, how they're supposed to be playing. And I think we'll see it right here.
We're going to have to hope Noizees and Toxic Avant Gaming will jump onto the pitch. Or the Rift, whichever game you like. Noizee and Toxic, can they play like a team? Is it 0-4 right now, Curry? 0-3?
They're 0-4, friendo.
0-4. Regals has been someone... Let's talk about Regals for a second. Regals has been someone who's come in a little bit late. Noizee's here, by the way.
Oh, maybe they're 0-3. I've forgotten.
Let's come back. Korea.
Yes.
Noizee's on the roster today.
They have a non-toxic player.
Like, no, but it's called Noizees and Toxic, and for 2 weeks in a row, we haven't had Noizee.
The titular Noizee.
Yeah, that's right. Avant Gaming, can they deal with the new captain being back in control? You'd have to think yes. And both of our analysts here today have predicted Avant Gaming taking this one out. Maybe not so clean, but at least a win. Noizees and Toxic can create that upset. And have our eyes peeled to a player like Regals, who's come in the last couple of weeks as well. And
showcased himself very well.
He really did. I think Regals has been a highlight for Noizees and Toxic, and a player that has been improving each week. It's the main thing you ask for.
Yeah, I think OCE is very fortunate, and a lot of the big teams have strong, suitable subs. So when their core roster isn't available, they're not playing from a huge deficit.
Noizees and Toxic already under pressure, and Avant Gaming have all pushed up. Zest, Regals missing the ball. They both commit. Regals finally takes the shot, sends it over to the wing, and good opportunity for Noizees and Toxic as they send the ball once again. Sirix will hit it high. Zest, does he reach? Yes, he does. Zest off the Batmobile once again.
Yeah, sitting in that nice, safe Octane. Avant Gaming are going to try to build the pressure. Unfortunately, didn't get that touch there for the follow-up, but the backboard begins, and will we see a repeat of last game?
I mean, you'd have to hope not. You'd have to hope they sat down, looked at the drawing board, and said, hey, oh boy, this is an opportunity. Like, this is an opportunity to make sure that we can at least fight for land. And fight is a really big word there. Noizee and Toxic going in this with, yeah, no worries. They don't have any pressure on them here because they're most likely going to be struggling to make it as well.
Yeah, they're in a hard slog as well. They'll be relying on the tiebreakers too. So for them, yes, there's the chance for that RLCS dream, but also the things on the line, money. Every single time you win a match, your prize pool increases. And similarly, they're the only team in the OCE in league play that don't have an org. So sponsors, look out.
Yeah, 3 individual players turning into a team fast, but still playing kind of on the edge, on the fence there. I think it's a good way to put it, that a team that Wolfie put isn't quite gelling together at the moment, but for coming into league play, that's what you'd expect. Avant Gaming will get first.
Yeah, that shot there from Siki. We see the pass play come out. 3-mans, beautifully done, and some good pace off it too. Classic, clean Avant.
He's got a Labrador as his picture. A little puppy.
And a little BM calculator saying easy.
It's kind of the double entendre. It's like, let's send them something cute like a golden puppet doing an Awu, and then let's put a BM calculator. Why not?
It's the strange double entendre where there's 2 things each giving 1 meaning rather than 1 thing having 2.
That I'm not really good at English. That really just I don't understand what you just said, Korea. Oh my boy, oh boy. Noizee and Toxic being down a goal with only 145 could be good for Avant Gaming. Upset still able to be created in his only first game of the series. But Noizee and Toxic, yeah, like you said, only team without an organization. They'd be going through this being like, we never expected to make league play anyway. Everything else is just a plus.
Yeah,
They're getting some of that prize pool.
I don't know if they actually did expect League play. For those at home, they started their roster like 2 hours before it closed. They're just like, hey guys, we need somebody quick. And they pulled 3 exceptional players together. And the goal from midfield from Requiem feels good to be a sub sometimes.
No, I mean, it just shows you that, like, this is part of the weakness of Noizees and Toxic. Where is everyone? Oh, the
They
Salt.
lost to 50-50, so I don't think they were expecting that
I
one.
love this patch so much. I like the Salt. I think the Sparkle kind of feels like it comes out of the Salt.
Well, I think Avant appropriately owns the Salt at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. Wouldn't be happy after last series, and the least they can do is win this one and close it out. 2 goals are going to do exactly that with a minute remaining. The way Noizees and Toxic going, they look kind of a little bit messy. They're just hitting the ball wherever.
Well, I think that's a big part of their team, right? If you get picked up and you have 2 months, so you're like 2 hours to become an RLCS ready team, you've got the talent, but it takes time, it takes a ton of practice to be intuitive about knowing where your teammates are and where they're going to be without having to rely on comms 24/5? I don't know.
7.
Yeah.
We just do 7?
Yeah, 24/7.
I
Giving them weekends.
I think I'm still happy with Noizees and Toxic, you know, like making it to League play. That was for me, that was kind of the bare minimum that I saw some of these players, I saw their individual performances, and I thought we've got so much opportunity for these players to prove themselves, and they definitely have taken a couple of games here and there. Avant Gaming holding that 2-goal lead will mean that, yes, the team versing the 3 individual players will probably go to the team's way in game number 1. Avant Gaming, they'll take this first one, and they'll look to take the series and really find that tempo. Avant Gaming, a little bit angry after the last one.
Or a little bit salty, maybe. Requiem having that little salt shaker, very appropriate.
Sicky's puppy.
But it's interesting that the shots from either team are very similar. Avant had less shots against Noizee than they had against Conspiracy, even though they managed to beat Noizee handedly and were beaten very handedly by Conspiracy.
Well, you look at the defense in comparison to a team like Noizees and Toxic and then Conspiracy.
Yeah.
And you're like, Noizees and Toxic are just kind of there. They're just flip-flopping.
They're wild cards. Like, you don't know what's going to happen.
Woo!
They have the potential, right? The players and skills they have are good enough.
Yeah.
It's just when they manage to gel and if they can gel in time. Because if these guys switch on, if they just have that moment where they all get in sync, they could take this.
It doesn't feel like it's today, though. Like, that was a very convincing game from Avant Gaming. There was really, like, 1 or 2 shots coming through from Noizees and Toxic, and that was it. It was a little bit lackluster, but I think we have to sort of... this is a hard series because I can't go out and praise Avant Gaming straight away. I can't
hate Avant Gaming.
I can't praise... No. Like, you can't praise both of these teams just yet. I think we look at the end of the series, we say, yes, it's a better response for Avant Gaming, but they still won't be happy with today's results.
No, that's fair.
Either way, they needed 2 series today. They needed to be 3-3. Sorry, they need to be like, 3-3.
Yeah, 3-3. They were down 1-3.
That's where Conspiracy is sitting. So they're going to be like, why are we getting outshined by a newer team? Noizees and Toxic, if they took them down here today, that would be an even bigger upset. But game 1 will go to Avant Gaming, so they're sitting comfortably right now, and it's a question of whether they can do the same thing in game 2.
And they need 3-0. They need, like, nothing less than 3-0 against Noizee, because the only way they're getting to RLCS is off tiebreakers, and our tiebreakers are based off games.
It is. Noizees and Toxic have just gone, let's do it, boys. Let's get ready to rumble, and they send it down to Avant Gaming, side of the field instantly. Avant Gaming say, get off my lawn.
Great shot there by Requiem. Take it from the corner. That angle is nutso. Just smashing it right out into the top left of the bins. Props.
See, Americans call it a trash can, so why would they call the goals the bins?
Because a bin is the trash can.
But in America, they call it the trash can, not the bin.
But the synonyms.
Yeah, no, but they don't... you know what I mean, though, Corey, don't you?
Do you call it a toilet? Or maybe a bathroom? Maybe a dunny?
Ah, a dunny. That's so Australian. A dunny. Yeah, go to the... Oh, boy. Go to the dunny. It's like watching the castle all over again.
True blue.
Going straight to the trophy room. Oh, boy, oh, boy.
Straight.
Great setup here from Noizees and Toxic, and looking to send Avant Gaming to the dunny, but they're not going to be doing that just yet. Avant Gaming finding that first goal might be all they need. Zurich setting up again, misses a shot. A little bit of a messy game here for the boys, but Siki shows it up.
Again, another great shot. If we had these games and these shots coming out of them during the match against Conspiracy, I reckon they could have taken it. It is a shame that they don't have them when they need them. When they go up against Noizee, who they're probably going to beat anyway, they pull out these insane corner angles. Ugh, not the time.
No. I think we can look at this series and have a bit of a Russell career. Do you want a Russell?
Russell Crowe? Are we still doing Aussie things? He's a Kiwi though, isn't he? I don't really know.
Doesn't he own a football team? Yeah, he does. And they got rid of the cheerleaders because his wife didn't like it. I'm pretty sure that's Russell Crowe. Maybe
they should buy a Rocket League team because A, Rocket League is dope, and nice. B, the people in the audience are like balloons.
I mean, I think next update we look at making them cars or make them wheels. I don't know. What relevance does balloon have to do with cars?
I think it's more about the game. And Siki, he's having a much better game today. Well, now for today.
Yes. But they are going up against Noizees and Toxic, and should expect good results from Avant Gaming, although not totally switched on here in league play. They need to find this series win as a bare minimum. 3-0, like you said, would be the best. Zest trying to respond quickly and quietly, but Noizee, as they are. Avant just find an opening. Noizee sitting there. There we go. Siki's going to find it. No, he doesn't. Okay.
Great defense there from Noizee, stopping the dribble and then stopping the follow-up as well. Showcasing a little bit of the talent they have that got them here in the first place.
Noizee over the top. Will not find it. And Noizees and Toxic really not having the greatest day here. Requiem hits it up. He's going to hit the backboard. Not responded. Send it down. Hits the crossbar. Regals will just say, okay, I'm out of boost.
Yeah, Siki playing it safe in the back. They don't want to get scored upon. They're trying to play a little bit cleaner, a little bit safer. And if that may cost them potential goals, well, so be it. They're still going to win.
Cyrix coming through. No response whatsoever from Noizees and Toxic. And still haven't seen the second Kingsman career. Just want you to know that.
I did. Really good.
I have you seen the first one?
Yeah.
And you saw the second one?
Yeah.
Was the second one good?
Yeah, the second one's good.
Oh, good.
Not as good, but still really good.
Everest is not as good, and that lets me down because the first one was like the best movie I'd seen in a very long time. And I'm a little bit upset. Hey, this is a good passing play. Look at this, Avant Gaming. Ugh. Maybe not. Why am I let down? All I want are really good passing plays here, Korea. I'm let down.
I think it's just because you're a hateful beast.
I'm not
seen some good passing plays. Fun had that awesome three-man passing play.
Here we go. There's a passing play. Yeah, to be fair, true. But, you know, you look at other teams, you look at Chiefs, and it's a very different style. I mean, let's start with Avant Gaming, that they're more defensive. They're quite pushed back.
Yeah, they're more midfield counter-attacky than actually aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, you know. And you watch up the field, you watch, like, Silla's passing play, Legacy, and then...
Hale.
Well, let's put Conspiracy into that mix now. I think they deserve it, right? We saw a couple of good plays from them, Hectic and Walcott, the Express, right? Not the Player Express, you know, just the Express series. Cyrix, there we go. There's the passing play. Good, finally, they heard me.
That's what we want to see. Cyrix goes up and the ball comes down. Take that, Noizee.
Man, thank you, ma'am. Although I haven't seen the second one, Korea, I think Avant Gaming will be feeling like kings at least in the second one. Well...
Even if they're not the kings, they're the king's men.
No, the kings, yeah, and that's the main thing. As long as you're part of the colony, that's all you can ask for. Great movie as well. Ants, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you. No, well, I said the colony, and you're like...
I assume there's a movie called The Colony. It sounds like a sci-fi name.
Kind of sounds dirty.
Or it sounds like like an animal thing.
Yeah, probably actually. No, that makes more sense.
Maybe like A Bug's Life.
Who am I? It very nice. I was very proud of that. Noizee, first goal. Negative. Not this time. The series is going to be wrapped up like a bow soon if Avant Gaming keep having their way. Game number 2 goes on over, and the ball will hit the ground. Korea. No.
Hey, no. Zest got the last goal against Chiefs. This is his time to shine.
Zest!
Come on, Zest!
Zest!
Yes!
He's done it. Noizees and Toxic are not back.
Yes, come on, Zest. Gets a goal against Avant.
He's got the
getting a goal. He gets the goal against Chiefs. It's no clean sweep for Avant. Zest is here.
So one goal in before reverse sweep. I'm not sure here, but Avant Gaming and him feeling a lot better. The mouse. Okay, hello. AV. No, let's do that again. Cancel. Oh, someone's been caught out. Someone trying to save a replay there. They were looking for Zest. They were like, hang on, Zest just scored a goal. We need to save this immediately.
That's pretty cool, though. I mean, it's his first ever League play. I want to have all the goals I ever scored in League play, which is none, because I'll never be good enough.
One day you might
bad.
be. One day you might be, career. You never know.
Rocket League's a freakishly hard game. I know my limits.
I'm aware, and what am I? I haven't played ranked, right? And don't judge me because I'm just too scared. Because I'll play with Yummy, and I'll put him as like the duo, and he'll just do everything. And then he'll be like passing it off the backboard. I'll be like, I think I got it. I just go flying and the ball goes like under, and I'm all the way over.
Your Space Jam moment?
Well, I can't land properly, so I just I hit the wall and I just bounce back because I've just nosedived into the wall. So,
in summary, Rocket League's really hard, and we'll never make it to RLCS.
We will never. I love how you incorporate me in that one. This is a pretty lockdown series of Avant Gaming looking to take a 3-0. We've had 3 zeros today, just back to back. Pretty dominating series, and we're into week 4 of league play. Noizees and Toxic, if they don't win this series, pretty sure that could be it for them. 0-5.
Yeah, it's not where you want to be. That is a hard place to sit in, pretty much guaranteeing that they will be out. So for them, it's about destroying the dreams of Avant and taking cash money while doing it.
Yeah. I mean, it will be good for the growth of Noizees and Toxic, versing all of these teams and showing the limit between the players and how they can improve for the next season. Because you never know, we could come back to league play and next season they're like this dominant team because they're like, hey guys, we can work together. We can improve on our RLCS season. Let's try again. Avant Gaming, they're not giving them leeway now, but Noizees and Toxic are still learning.
Well, we can't afford to, right? Avant are still in the running for RLCS. The odds are not good. They need to win every single match, and convincingly enough that they win all the tiebreakers. But Noizee, I reckon they should be shooting for next season as well if they can't manage to pull the reverse sweep now and every other win.
Well, right now, Korea, I'm not too sure. Zest, trying to respond quickly and quietly. I don't know why quietly is my word today. Nothing in Rocket League is quiet.
No, you like the alliteration.
Quickly and quiet. No, alliteration is 3 in a row, isn't it?
It's just a repetition of the same sound.
Is it?
Or typically same letter.
Okay. Oh, nice. Okay, that just opened it up for Regals, and Noizee Toxic get another goal.
Hey, this could be their chance.
Yeah.
They're actually on the same place on the scoreboard.
Is that Ned Flanders?
They can start pulling this back. It is a day for 3-0ing Avant, so maybe they go for the 3-0 now.
Can I ask you, is that Ned Flanders on Regals' icon?
I was too busy looking into your beautiful eyes while casting.
Oh, my Lord. It's the hottest thing you've ever said to me.
I didn't say a lot of hot things.
Casting has just become not even... It was never a chore career, but now it's my pleasure to you. We'll see if this romantic intimacy continues. Find out next time as Sirix says, get out. He keeps shooting into Noizee. They're not done. Siki setting it up. Avant Gaming look to see this continue for a very long time.
Yeah, we did see the backboard defense there from Noizees and Toxic. Pretty strong. But Avant were ready for it, sitting on both walls, pushing out.
Off the wing. Zest. Skip it and pop is going to pop it through off the backboard. I don't know how it goes. The stupid new song. Dude, just like pop it into the microphone. Do you think that's ridiculous how that's called music?
I'm not a music guy, so I got no comment.
Okay, well.
I'm a food guy.
You're a food guy. A lot of people are food guys.
Give me some nugs. I'm a happy man.
Yeah. Oh, man. McDonald's nugs, dude. I've won so much in the Monopoly game, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah, like 1 in 5 instantly win. I feel like it's like 3 in 5 instantly win. I'm doing well.
Hashtag rigged.
No, not rigged. Not rigged. I just bought a lot of Maccas.
No, that is definitely... No. I've been smashing sausage and egg muffins.
I got a, I think, what did I get? Like a free couple of free cheeseburgers. Got some cool soft drinks. Some cool soft drinks. I make Coke.
Well, you want them to be cool.
Yeah.
I think soft drinks would be good hot.
No, all right, smart ass. Okay, all right.
Well, the absorption of CO2 changes based on temperature.
Does it?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
You change the acidity as well. You can come back out of the solution.
Ah, is it better or worse?
Depends how you like it.
I want it better.
I can't remember. A long time since I did my chem degree.
Yeah. You're very smart. I can't believe you're in chemistry. I never went to university. They wouldn't let me in. There's a big sign on the door saying no dogs allowed. Oh, boy. Well, this game is still at 1 apiece, and although there might be some smorks around, it's definitely a better hold from Noizee and Toxic. And hey, they've actually just gotten a second goal.
We may have a series on our hands.
We might actually be real. This could be it. The comeback. The journey is not over just yet.
Yeah, the crushing of Avant's dreams could begin now. 1:36 left on the clock. Noizee have gotten serious. We have seen improvement over the course of this game. And now it's up to Avant to try pull it back.
Requiem setting it up. Avant. No, Corey up. There it is. They brought it back.
It was short-lived, but it's 2-2.
We had a good story for 5 seconds, Corey, and then it just got salt and peppered.
We are Aussies, though. The underdog, that is what it's about. And we have now seen that Noizee, this game, have the opportunity.
It's like a kangaroo you used to ride to high school because there was a requirement for any Americans out there. You were required to ride your kangaroo to and from school. It was a protection method, and if anyone tried to mug you, obviously the kangaroo just kicked them in the face.
Yeah, and drop bears don't actually attack kangaroos because they're too dangerous. So if you hide inside their pouch, you're pretty much safe.
Drop bears are friendly. Like, they do drop on you, and sometimes they attack.
Why are you saying that? So many Americans could die as tourists from these drop bear attacks.
Yeah, well, right now, Avant Gaming. Oh, boy. Not looking good for Noizee.
Yeah, they have pulled it back. They're not out. There's still a chance. They've showcased today that they can get 2 goals this game. Why not a third, Hysterics? Why not a third?
I want proof that Noizee does, like, as long as Noizee isn't toxic, that's great. I've messaged him on the Discord. I've looked through and I've said, Noizee, are you toxic? Like, I want to know, or is it just in the name? And he's a very friendly guy. I'll give it to him. Noizee's definitely not toxic. And I hope it stays that way. Avant Gaming are up a goal, 45 seconds remaining, and big reason right now we're not putting labels on this game is because Avant Gaming are still in a very dire position after coming away. If they can take this series, if they can take this third and final game, a dire position is still there for Avant. Noizee's and Toxic, look, they've had the experience of league play. And I think that's enough for them. I think them going through and versing these other 7 teams that are competing for RLCS has given them so much already. And look at this from Siki. Ah, nice way to finish it for Avant.
Yeah, clean as well. This is what we want to see for them. It's better late than never. Better late than never. The dream can still live on. There's still the chance for RLCS. And for them, I'm glad they got the win.
Right now, for Avant Gaming, yes, I think glad they got the win. Yes, 150%. It's a better result. Noizee's and Toxic probably didn't create as much of an upset as I'd like. I mean, for me, it was like... It was definitely like Avant Gaming just sat down, focused, and were like, this is what we play well. And they did exactly that. Why did you let... We need the stats! Who left?
Sirix.
Boy, oh boy. Not happy, Jan. Sirix.
No, it's not Jan, that's Avant.
No. See, you know what? What you can hear is me getting a paper ball ready for Korea. Wolfie, welcome back, my favorite analyst.
No, that's fair.
That was okay. That was better from Avant. Let's just start with that. 3-0. That's what they needed.
Yeah, that was definitely a lot cleaner from Avant. Absolutely. And I think bringing in Requiem was a really decisive decision from them. It really cleared out everything. I found, or when I was looking at and trying to compare the gameplay for when they were playing with Elusive versus Requiem, I think it was a bit more ball chasey. You know, if I could be so bold as to say that.
Aggressive.
Maybe bold.
Yeah, aggressive.
Assertive,
so they played a
dominant.
lot more aggressive, and they weren't really focused on the positioning of each player. And what I was talking about before, where it was the awareness of where the other players were. And in this series, they were far far more aware than previous. So obviously the results showed it.
I think, well, there's a flip side as well, is you're comparing them, like Noizee and Conspiracy, there is a large distance between the levels of play. Conspiracy are a competitor with what were previously the Big Six, and Noizee has only won 3 games all of League play, whereas Conspiracy is like a pretty dominant force. So they would have had a lot of more room to maneuver, even though they've done the roster switch.
Yeah.
So I think it's hard to say they played better when they had a much easier matchup and they weren't getting hideously punished like Conspiracy did whenever they made a mistake.
Yeah, for sure. With Avant, I mean, I think they'd be very happy going home with a win over Noizee because, first of all, I think they would have expected it anyways, just from the way that previous results have come out and played from it.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, a win for them is leaving them in a better position.
Better or worse, yeah.
It's like less sad.
A little bit still. I mean, yes, taking that series win, that was what Avant needed. That'll at least give them some feeling moving forward into League play. That last week is going to be so crucial for them. And a team that we have to watch and how they develop. Noizee's and Toxic, the story is the same. Still at the bottom of the pack, but they are getting the experience of League play. I think that's what we can highlight at the time being. Some improvements here and there, but yeah, again, just not going to be hitting that top 6 bubble. Makes things a little bit close, but Noizee's and Toxic, they're definitely not done for today. They'll have another matchup later. If you want to sign up, however, and look like one of our top 8 teams in OCE, throwdowntv.gg for amateur and pro leagues. And it is as simple as that. We've got a community night running at the moment as well. If you want to get involved, got our screen there. Look at that. Isn't that sexy? Ooh. However, for our next matchup, and before Korea and Wolfie stand here and just tell me that everything's a lie, right? You guys are
time today?
Okay, no, you guys are absolute gunk. We're gonna, I forget it all. We're gonna go to a break and we're gonna be back in 5 minutes before I get absolutely abused. Pale Horse, I'm kidding. I'm gonna take on Noizee's and Toxic there and see if Pale Horse can be created into a upset or if Pale Horse should be going forward and taking up that win. In 5 minutes, we'll find out and we'll really develop Rocket League OCE champs.